Hey guys, and welcome to today's craft and how I upcycled these two photo frames. So for today I used two frames that I got from a charity shop. One is slightly smaller than the other. I paid a couple of pounds for them, but you could use any frames that you wanted, any size. Then I also used 2 packs of the 20 micro lights LED bulbs in the warm white. These were £1 each from Poundland, and they take 2 AA batteries each. And I'm also using some fake flowers and foliage left over from other crafts. You will also need a glue gun, some cardboard, a pen, a pair of scissors, and maybe some tweezers if you want to use them when you're using the hot glue gun. So the first thing I did was I took out the glass of the smaller frame, and I'm going to use this as a template to cut out some cardboard. So I just used a pencil and drew round it. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to keep the glass in case I decide to use the frames as photo frames. So we're going to use the cardboard to stick the foliage onto. So I will be back once I have cut out the piece of cardboard. So we've cut out the cardboard and we're just going to pop this back into the frame and put the back of the frame back on and make sure it's nice and secure. Again, like I said, this is so that we can glue the flowers onto it and we're not gluing it onto the glass or the frame. So once that's done, I'm going to start taking some foliage and I am going to be popping this round the edge of the cardboard. I want to make sure that it's not overhanging too far, as I don't want to completely cover the frame. So I just made sure that it was over the edge slightly. And all we're going to do is just use the glue gun to pop a bit of glue and then place the foliage into the glue. Now you could use tweezers for this or scissors. I used a mixture of the glue gun itself and some scissors to do this to try and not burn my fingers. And I'm just going to do that all the way around the edge of the cardboard. Now you could use any foliage you wanted, and any flowers, any colour. These are just some that I had left over from some of the other crafts that I've been doing. And you just want to keep adding foliage until you're happy with it. Now don't worry too much about covering the cardboard completely, as you're going to be layering this up with other stuff, all the flowers, all the foliage. So the cardboard will be completely covered. I just tried to make sure that I wasn't sticking the foliage to the actual frame itself. And then you just want to continue all the way around the frame until you're happy with the result. And what I did was I did exactly the same with the larger frame as I did with the smaller frame. Again, being careful not to burn yourself. Unfortunately today I managed to burn myself quite badly. I put a load of glue on the back of a leaf and dropped the leaf, and yeah, I caught the leaf with my hand and I have burnt myself quite badly. So just be careful with the glue gun. So once you're happy with the first layer of foliage, like I said, I did exactly the same thing with the larger frame. I took the glass out, I drew around it on the cardboard, cut it out, popped it into the frame, and then stuck the green foliage round the outside. So once I'd done the larger frame, I then started to add some more foliage. Again, just placing it around the outside of the cardboard and just layering it up. And I did this exactly the same on the larger frame as I did with the smaller frame. I will speed this up in a little bit. But while I'm doing this, I'll do my usual, greetings. So if you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy the video. If you're returning, thank you so much. Your continued support has been absolutely amazing. I can't even express how much joy I've had from crafting and doing these videos over the last couple of weeks. It's been so much fun. I love your comments. They're always so nice. Thank you so much. So if you're new here and you're not subscribed and you like it, please subscribe. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And as always, if you leave a comment, I'll always reply. So we're just going to add the darker leaves round the outside of the frame or the cardboard until you're happy with how much you've covered. I'm just going to go all the way around. And all this is doing really is just adding a little bit more volume and also covering the cardboard. And once I'd finished all the way around, I decided to leave it to dry for a little bit, and then I got the lights out. So again, I got these from Poundland. They take 2 AA batteries, which I've popped in and then turned them on to make sure that they were working before I attached them to the frame. And then the way I attached the lights was I used some glue dots. These I got from Poundland, but you could use double-sided tape, or you can use white tack or blue tack. I just use these because this is what I had left over from another craft. And I just attached the battery box onto the back of the frame. I made sure that the side that you open it was facing me so that I could obviously take out the batteries and put in new batteries as and when needed. So I just popped that into place. And then luckily enough, these frames have got grooves in it between the different colour pieces of wood. So I could easily just lie the wire of the lights in between the groove. And then I just fixed it into place at the bottom with a bit of white tack. Depending on the frames that you're using and how you've put your foliage, you can add the lights to the bottom or from the side or any way that you want. I just use the top because this seemed to be the easiest with the groove. And then I just moved the lights to one side for now. So I am going to be using some white roses and some blossoms from some leftover flowers from other crafts, and we're just going to stick them randomly around the foliage until you're happy with the coverage and where you've placed the flowers. And then once all the flowers are stuck into place and dried, then you can wrap the lights in between the flowers. So I'm going to speed up the video. And just carry on adding where I feel like the flowers and the blossoms should go. What I did do at the end was I also attached some more of the foliage in between the white roses just to break up the colour of the white slightly. And I also thought about adding the lights before or as I was going, sticking the flowers in, but I decided to wait until the end. So once everything is in place where you want it to be, we're going to add the lights around the roses. Now I turned these on so it was easier to see where the lights are actually on the wire, and I just wove it in between the flowers, and then I also took it to the edge of the foliage and popped it around the edge of the foliage as well. And I did exactly the same for the larger frame as well. I did my best to hide the wire with the petals and the leaves. And it took a little bit of time to do this. This was the most fiddly bit. It was just trying to hide the copper wire of the lights. So I'm going to cut in a little bit to the finished frames. It's quite difficult to see the lights because obviously it's still light outside, so I'll try and get some pictures of them at night. And yeah, I'm sure you'll see them when I show you when they're hung up on my wall. So I'm going to say goodbye for now while this finishes, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be Wednesday. I've got a plan for some hearts that I want to make out of diamantes and embellishments. So yeah, I will see you on Wednesday. Take care now, everybody. See you soon. Bye.